Hi. So on this channel, we have a whopping 0 subscribers. That looks like 3, but no, 0 subscribers. So, you often see the bigger YouTubers and they have their stories of how well they're doing. But today, let's chat about when you're starting a channel and when you have 0 subscribers and how it feels to have 0 subscribers.
So how does it feel?
To be honest, at times it feels really bad because you're putting out content and you're wondering, is anyone actually watching the content? Why am I doing this?
Why are you doing it? Why did you start the channel?
Well, I started this channel because I wanted to put out positive videos because I felt that, it's important that people feel good about themselves and good about their life because life can be so challenging. And then to talk about things that you may be talking about in your home and for it to not be like, oh, a YouTuber has to be a certain way, just to show, YouTubers are also just normal people living their everyday lives and just chatting, having conversation.
Okay. So how do you feel about having low subscribers and it potentially taking a long time to grow the channel?
So you mean no subscribers? Because on this channel I have 0. I feel that it's a process. I have to just be patient and have to just keep putting in the effort and results will come. And it's difficult to want something and it's not immediate.
Yeah. So what have you learnt from it so far?
I've learned that, YouTube is a slow journey. But for some, it could be really fast, no doubt. But it's about making that start and not giving up too soon because, they always say you're one video away from doing well.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you wonder, well, when is that one video going to happen, really?
Okay. So since you started, what are some of the things that you've learnt? What are some of the skills that you've learnt?
So I've learned that I say so too often. And obviously there's researching, there's thumbnails, being confident on camera. And also what I've learned about YouTube, this channel has 0 subscribers. What I've learned is that it's not always easy sailing. For example, when you're watching this video, you think that the minute before we're still sitting on this couch, but actually no, hours have passed because we were interrupted and we had to attend to something personal and we had to then say, okay, we're going to film this video a bit later. So you may have the best plans, but sometimes it does go off and you just have to refocus. And, that's a life lesson that you can take even out of YouTube, that sometimes things don't go as planned, but you just refocus and you just get on with it.
So you have things like writing the script, writing the title, creating the thumbnail, then editing the video, then uploading the video, and then writing the description, making sure the description is correct, and all the tags and everything else, then publishing it, and then making sure the video looks correct, that there are no glitches in the video. How do you find that whole process?
Yes, it can be time consuming. And then once you're done with all of that, especially when you're starting a new channel, then all of a sudden, there's just crickets. You expect to wake up and see so many people engaging with you, that it resonated with them, and that, your hard work has paid off. But you see that hardly anybody has watched your content, you don't have comments, and you can actually get fixated on the numbers when it comes to YouTube and to social media platforms.
Yeah, I think that's only normal. I mean, because you put so much work into the video, even if it's a quick video, you're still taking time to invest in it. And it is nice to see that some people have liked the video, have found it helpful, or just engaging with the video. So initially, there's a lot of work that you have to do without any
reward.
Yeah, there isn't initially any reward for it. So I think you have to have that passion, that interest in what you are talking about. It's almost like a hobby. So how do you feel about that?
I think your passion can also grow. So initially you may feel fearful because you may think, oh, I want to start this channel, but I don't know where to start. I don't have the skills. But then once you start learning, and remember, learning can take a long time. In fact, you'll still learn even when you have 100,000 subscribers. And then the more you learn, the more confident you become, and you may enjoy it even more because you're now more confident. Or on the flip side, you may realize, well, actually, I don't gain enjoyment from YouTube, from creating content. And you may think, okay, it's not for me, So it's all through time and practice that you understand whether you actually want to be on the platform.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's just starting. But when you're starting, it is really helpful to have some equipment. What equipment do you recommend?
Well, I know that you love technology and fancy stuff and expensive things, but
Very expensive. Yeah.
but we are using our phone right now, so it's not fancy equipment at all. Well, the mics are a bit fancy because you always said audio is important, and I agree that audio is important. But when you are starting a new channel and you at 0 subscribers and you're feeling really defeated, and you look at the other channels and they have so many subscribers, and you may think, oh, but their content is so similar to my content. Why isn't it working for me? What's wrong with me? Instead of thinking what's wrong with you and taking it personally, rather look at how you can improve your videos. What can you do differently in the next video? Can you improve the audio? Can you improve
The lighting, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah, the lighting, maybe even the thumbnails. But I think more important than that is just publishing and trying to publish regularly. I think is really important, and not leaving too many breaks, because I've had that in the past where you either procrastinate because you want to make the perfect video, and you want to make sure that you're giving really good information, but sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just have to make the video when you feel ready. I guess not even when you feel 100% ready. You just have to make the video.
Yes. And so do you think it's consistency about churning out video after video?
I think, yeah, I mean that word, like churning, like regularly churning, but I think it's within limits, because everyone, you've got life gets in the way. You've got personal commitments, you have work, you have other interests, other things to do. So it's dependent on what you can do. But I think initially, if you can commit to at least one video per week, I think that's good, because it gives some kind of consistency, I think. So for the smaller creators out there that are starting like us, do you feel like we can give information? Do you feel like you have to get thousands of subscribers before you can talk about this?
I think you can talk about YouTube at every stage of the journey. The thing is, we hardly see anybody who talks about it when they had 0 subscribers on their channel.
Yeah.
In fact, I haven't seen anybody talk about it when they have 0 subscribers.
Yeah.
And that's what also prompted me to create this video, because on this channel, we have 0 subscribers.
Yeah.
And I think, yes, it's important to be consistent, but also to improve with every video.
Definitely. Yeah.
And I think that, when you're a small creator, you just think, okay, I have these goals in place. Is it actually going to materialize? Am I pursuing something that is just not realistic? Especially when you see that 0 subscribers, or that hardly anybody's watched the videos. You just start to think negatively. So even with YouTube, like right now, my husband, he moved the camera and I don't know where to look. And I'm keeping that in the video, because sometimes if you do have a creative partner, you can disagree with many things. So where do I look right now?
That's where the camera lens is.
Okay, so even though I've been creating for a while, I still find it confusing. And that's okay. It's okay to still find things confusing as a new creator. It's okay to still be a bit nervous when you're filming content. It's okay to feel like you're uncertain about where this journey is heading.
Yeah, so if we think about and giving inspiration to people, you're not alone. There are thousands and millions of other people out there that are content creators, that are small creators. Keep going. I would say have the patience, understand that this is a long journey, and keep motivated by trying to make better videos. So even if you're not getting the subscribers or the views, understand and keep hope, and don't give up hope. And remember just to keep trying to improve. Maybe it's the thumbnails, maybe it's a small tweak you can make here or there, but try to, and it's nice that way because you can progressively get better. I mean, I've got better at editing over time and having different editing styles and just learning about different equipment. For me, I find it fun. I love gadgets and technology. I know you don't. but you're learning how to use a mic, where to place it, about lighting. So this is stuff that you start to become interested in, watching videos about YouTubers. But I think more than anything is, yes, watch content on how to create better videos, but start creating content. The more that you do, the better you will get.
Yes, I think for new content creators, and I'm guilty of this, we can plan so much and research so much and not actually create enough content. And that can just make you feel stuck. But the more you create, the more you learn. And if you put it off for too long, if you have many gaps between creating content, then you start feeling nervous again. But initially, when you are consistent, you build that confidence, which is so important. And I mean, be patient with yourself. There's so many skills that you are learning along the way. You're learning how to write scripts. You're learning how to be confident on camera.
Exactly. And other companies, professional companies, they have things like social media managers. They have production teams where they can edit the videos and add all these fancy special effects and try to keeping people's engagement. But here for me, when I first started watching YouTube, I was fascinated by it because it was real people talking. And before that, you only had your entertainment shows. I think this was even before Netflix. So you had TV, really. And then all of a sudden you had this platform where people were talking about their day-to-day life. You could learn a new skill. I remember when my washing machine was broken and I found out how to quickly fix it. And it was because there was a sock stuck. So you could quickly take that out and then you fix it. And you feel good that, I found out how to do something. And just listening to other people, my personal hobbies, I like things like X-Men or Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which I take a lot of stick about. But there's people making videos and spending thousands and thousands of hours making reviews about this. So you can find anything that you want. So I think it's about being genuine, not being too self-conscious, and not analyzing yourself too much, and making the content, I think.
Yes, true. And if you're a small YouTuber, you may think, but it's saturated. Being on YouTube, there's just too many YouTubers, and there's no space for me. And why should I bother? No, it's not saturated at all. Actually, in fact, yes, there are many YouTube channels out there, but the majority of YouTube channels actually are inactive. People aren't posting anymore because many people don't get to 1,000 subscribers because they don't stay on that path for long enough to get to 1,000. They give up too soon. So it's not saturated. In fact, there's a need for, a decent quality of videos to be around on YouTube. And we're not saying it has to be cinematic level videos. No, just normal qualities of normal people doing normal things, talking about normal things, just of a decent standard, really. So, what do you think when they say YouTube is saturated? Some people think that.
I don't think so. I think there's billions. I think there's like 2 billion people using YouTube. And like I said, there's space for everyone, although it doesn't feel like that, because when you go into a YouTube homepage and you see the videos, you don't see all of the thousands of videos. And that's just the way I think YouTube works. Because for your video to get shown amongst the millions of others, you go through that YouTube rabbit hole, or when you watch something, then it will show you something that's related to that video. So initially, you may not get traction. It may take time for people to understand what your content is about. And this is, and you can achieve this effectively through good, clear thumbnails, clear titles, clear descriptions. You're not misleading people. So when they're watching your video, they find it, okay, this is interesting. But I think it's really important that you just basically, you start, you choose a topic and choose to talk about things that you are passionate about, you're interested about. Otherwise, it can feel forced, and you can go, it's a slippery slope, because then you can start to think, I need to make an amazing video. I need to get to this milestone to be monetized. But understanding, hey, this is it's a long game. Let me focus on making quality videos and celebrating each of the small wins.
Yes.
I think. But I think it does take time. You do have some unicorns, that explode. And for whatever reason, they can do really well quickly. But I think personally, just keep going. Just keep going.
Yes, keep going. Get started if you haven't already. If you are at 0 subscribers, just be consistent and try to do better with every video. And just be kind to yourself on this journey. Have positive self-talk, which is so important, really. Visualize that you are going to be successful at this journey, and then have the relevant actions necessary behind that visualization. And so that's not airy-fairy advice. It's like putting your positive thoughts in your mind and then thinking, okay, well, how am I going to reach my milestone of being successful on YouTube? And remember, being successful on YouTube differs from person to person. Some person may think being successful means having 10,000 subscribers. Another person may think being successful means having a community on YouTube. So good luck to you. We wish you very well in your journey, and comment below and let us know, how has your YouTube journey been? What advice would you give to other creators out there? And have a lovely, lovely day. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.